Welcome back, folks, to World of Warships Legends. I'm Soopa-Dave, and today's build and play guide is on the gearing the legendary American destroyer. And this is a lot of fun. Right now, it's definitely my favorite destroyer for the time being. We will see with the, as you can see in the top right corner, Z52 is coming soon, and obviously that thing seems super good as well. Let's go ahead and talk about the commander. This is just Mordoff, Vincent Mordoff, with a skin. Now, him and Halsey are almost identical in every way. I will show you the difference, but Halsey's the also a very good option for this. But Mordoff has one perk I like in particular that we're going to go ahead and use. So, for the inspirations, Eric Bay and Swirsky. You could also do Sims for that extra health. But this I like detectability because I feel like getting them main guns or spotting someone before they spot you is basically in a lot of ways, especially with these rapid reload guns, is as good as that health is because you're going to take that much health off of them anyway. With that being said, our skills are Observant Rage, Look at Me Now, Perceptive, not Twist and Track because these turrets turn quick enough as it is, and you're going to be spotted at times with this ship, so the incoming damage is a help, and the torpedo detectability. Now, if you're using Halsey here, you'll take Smoke on the Water, but Mordoff has this perk called the Sheltered Arms, and it is a very handy perk. It stops your battery and your torpedo launchers from being incapacitated. That's huge. Obviously, if you're a destroyer player, you know how often your torpedo tubes get knocked out, and that kind of prevents it. Now, for your legendary perk, you want to go with Unstoppable. So, for your upgrades, you are going to want to go with Aiming Systems Mod 1. The turret's already turned very well, so no reason to take that. Propulsion systems to get moving and stopping and going. Again, you could take rudder if you want. That's all on play style. For your third mod, you want to take concealment. And your fourth mod, I actually do something different, I feel, than what a lot of other people do. I feel like a lot of people will take the gun control mod too, and that is a good option. However, for me, because we have Mordoff with that torpedo, as you can see here, the torpedo um, launcher reload down, and it does hurt our torpedo launchers being incapacitated. That 15% is actually huge for your torpedoes. This actually has decent torpedoes on it. They're not very fast, but with that little perk, we get to, not getting them incapacitated. I feel like this was a very good trade-off. Again, a lot of options here. You could do gun for control, fire troll 2, or main battery mod 3 as well would also be another good one to go with. Um, we're going to go ahead and take a look here at your consumables. You got two smokes, they're wonderful, and your engine boost. This thing does need that. This thing is not super quick. For your health, you have 19,000 with this build. And artillery, this thing really shines here. It has a very good guns on it, and they reload very quickly, even without even like building into reload. 2.7 is incredible, especially with six of the guns. And the AP is good on this as well as the HE. So you get a broadside light cruiser, or even cruisers in general, you can absolutely citadel the snot out of them and get it out of a match really quickly. These guns are awesome, and you should try to use them anytime you get a chance that it is safe to do that. For torpedoes, they do 18,000 damage. They are on the slower side, but they have incredible range, and they do catch people off guard. For your AA defense, it's not much, but if you do have a crew, aircraft carrier on you, it will help a little bit. Maneuverability, 36 knots, 640 turning circle, and 3.6 rudder. Turning circle and rudder are good. Maximum speed, I feel like you're kind of at a disadvantage a little bit against other destroyers with that, but you have the firepower to deal with it. Concealment 5-3 on this build, and for your armor, it doesn't have much. It's a destroyer. You don't want to be taking too many shells when you don't need to be. But, for the most part, not terrible for a destroyer. As we go ahead and start this match and check who we're up against, I do want to say it is disclaimer time. This is a beginner's guide to help out people just learning this ship or learning the game in general. This is not for professional gamers that know everything there is to know about everything. There is also multiple ways to build and play ships, so opinions will vary. I am just a above average player. I don't claim to be the best player in the world. I just am a pretty darn good player. So I do make mistakes. You're going to see some in this match. And also, you didn't come to this video to see how to pronounce names, as I am very terrible at slaughtering other beautiful languages. It's almost an art form, so keep that in mind when you're watching this, guys. With that out of the way, we are at Greece, and spotting plays a big role on this side of the map. This is not going to be a quick match, but you're going to see this ship utilized pretty well in the time frame that this match is in. Not a lot of damage, but you're going to see a lot of interesting things in good ways to use a ship, as we're going to throw out some torpedoes. They're 16 kilometers, so throwing them out just to stop people from getting through that gap or making them think twice about it is nice, and we could get a reload by the time we really need them. So we're going to head to ACAP, and we are located. So one of two things. Normally on matches, when there is a destroyer, only one destroyer, they're either going to spawn on the side that you spawned in your destroyer or opposite. So I'm assuming he's here, or possibly I believe there was an Alaska, or a Des Moines. So I thought I'm either being located by the destroyer or Des Moines, and in most scenarios. So we're going to actually go up. I'm not going to rush the cap. I'm located. They know I'm here. I'm more worried about spotting. In this match, in my opinion, getting spotting is more important than a lot of things to get your team an advantage. You see, there's nothing seen here. Obviously, it's a destroyer. The cap is already going in. So we're going to just chill here. Not really... just see where he is. He shows up. We catch him completely off guard. He did not, I don't know why he didn't expect me right here, but he doesn't even try to fight this, as we just absolutely destroy him in no time at all. You can't even shoot torpedoes off from that direction, and he is done. We're going to get rid of him, and we are actually going to go ahead and get in the cap. Now, capping is super important, but obviously also spotting for your team, especially when you're the only destroyer. We have a huge advantage now. There's no other destroyers here. And with the two Mino players being in the division, I don't know if you saw that when we first came up. That was, obviously, they're probably running the double smoke thing. So I'm only really concerned about the Des Moines spotting me with a radar now, but I haven't seen him. So we're going to get up farther into the cap because obviously that destroyer pushed too far and there's not a lot of people to help him out. We're just going to throw out some torpedoes here over towards that direction, and we're going to stay in the cap, but we want to spot. And you're going to notice I don't just smoke up here right away. We're going to go in, we're going to see Ibuki, and we're actually going to switch over. You're going to see here in a second, because he's completely broadside to me. We're actually going to switch over to AP, and we are going to start to unload on this guy. Now, he was eagled enough where I didn't get citadels on him here, but in a lot of cases, you're going to get a lot of citadels in a lot of cruisers on this here. But we are getting full pens. I'm not smoking up because his guns aren't turned at me right now. There's no point in you doing that right away, but as you can see, he was turning his guns over to shoot at me. He gets a good hit on me. but we already have the cap, and we're just going to work on finishing them off here. A lot of times in the destroyer, I don't use my smoke unless somebody shoots their guns off. That way I can spot them while I'm in my smoke. And also, we want a spot for our team. So I try not to smoke up unless I need to, but we were pretty helpful in getting rid of him. Now you see a smoke cloud over there. Alright, so what happens when you see a smoke cloud? You throw torps into it, okay? That's just what you do. That's what these torps are good for. Throw them into smoke clouds anytime you see it. We're going to keep Yami spotted here. But we know, we kind of have an idea, because that's Cruiser over there, obviously, that is probably, based off a judgment call, that's probably the two Minos over there. Obviously, I don't 100% know that, but since there was a cruiser spotted there and Des Moines doesn't have smoke, you can kind of narrow it down. But we're going to go ahead, throw more torps over there, keep Yami spotted. I don't need to shoot my guns right now and try to get a kill steal and put my team in a bad spot and give out to the people in the smoke that I'm here. So that would kind of ruin any ability I have. And sure enough, it's a Mino. And I'm letting my teammates know before they smoke up again, as we get a torpedo hit by hitting them where they were, as there's a second Mino. I believe these two were in a division, and that's how I realized they were probably going to do the double smoke thing. But, I'm not shooting my guns. We're not sitting here. Now, one thing I would do here a lot of times, if there wasn't two of them, if it was just one, I would get close enough where I could spot them through the smoke when they fire their guns, but they can't see me. But because there's two of them, they could actually out DPM me and actually would in fact kill me. And there's no need to now that the one Mino has come out of the smoke, because his destroyer's gone and has no spotting. And we had a wonderful team on this match. As you see, we got the cap in the middle as well. We're going to throw more torps in there, but the match already ends. But spotting, throwing torps, not being afraid to use your guns. Sure, this wasn't a great damage game, but I 100% take control of this match and help our team out. And I'm very lucky to have a good team behind me there. But anyway, hopefully this helps you out. This ship plays just like all the American other destroyers. Don't be afraid to use your guns and get rid of other destroyers as soon as you can. You guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time, folks. Have a good one.